Got Indiana State this week. We'll travel out there. We'll leave on Thursday. Leave here at 5:30. Drive about halfway. Stop in Richmond. Stay at a hotel there, and then get up in the morning and have a short trip to Terre Haute on Friday morning, and then get into our Friday routine. We'll go over to the field, get a little exercise over there, do some walkthroughs and that kind of thing, and have our meetings there in Terre Haute at the hotel, and then get up Saturday and get ready to play. Coach Sanford's done a good job. The kids are playing hard. You know, on film, they don't look like a 1-3 football team. You know, more specifically, you watch them against Purdue, and they had every right to win that game. Played really well. Last week, they were on a short end of the stick there against Tennessee Tech, but really accumulated a lot of yards, moved the ball, had some misfortunes with the field goals and extra points, and some of that was more related to their starting kicker having a death in the family. So, but they'll be excited to play us. Offensively, we all know who Mr. Bell is. He's a very good football player. He separated his shoulder early in the season, so he missed 2 games, came back last week, ripped off 201 yards. Parrish is doing a good job throwing the ball around quite a bit. And defensively, a very active group, a bunch of guys moving around, you know, obviously on the snap of the ball and pre-snap. A guy glaringly sticks out is the defensive end, Connor Underwood. He had 4 sacks last week. He's a very active player, plays the game the way it should be played. You know, he just plays every play, plays hard, he's relentless, and he's a guy that we need to know where he's at all times.
Tom mentioned that you had some success last year against Bell. What's the key to keep him from going nuts?
Well, I think the thing with Bell is obviously he's very explosive. You know, he's very strong. He can break tackles. He can make you miss in the open field. He's hard to find behind those big offensive linemen. And he knows how to find a crease or a crack, and then when he gets to second level, he's very good at making people miss in space.
Coach, with Trent gone, have they changed at all, or is it pretty much what they've done? I know what's his name's been on the staff.
Well, I think the thing that on offense, they're probably throwing the ball a little bit more than they did, you know, but they're doing some similar type things as far as overall. Defensively, they've changed some things, but there is some similarities to what they've done in the past. So I wouldn't say anything necessarily drastic. It's not, you know, a 4-wide spread team. You know, they still have a tight end attached and do some stuff like that.
Can you sense the momentum still carrying over from the way you won Saturday?
Well, I mean, that was obviously a good win for us, you know, but I mean, you know, that was a long time ago. That was Saturday, and today's a day of preparation. You know, we talk to our players all the time around here about, you know, are you spending time here or are you investing? You know, a lot of times, you know, people go to work and they're just spending time there. You know, we need to be investing. We got to invest today. You know, what are you sacrificing today to make sure that we can have a good feeling on Saturday? And you know, today's a work day, and we got to go out and have a great practice. We've got basically our game plan in, ready to go, and we need to go out and execute and become familiar with things that they're going to do, and become familiar with things that we expect our players to execute on Saturday.
I know every game's important. It's their first conference game. It's their homecoming. Pretty much a must-win for them. I mean, just going into that type of environment.
Well, you know, I'm sure that they're obviously frustrated about last week's game. You know, so you know, they're going to come out and play. They're at home. It is homecoming. You know, and I think everybody gets excited to play Youngstown State. So, you know, we're going to get a great effort, and I wouldn't expect anything less. You know, their kids play hard, and they'll be ready to play.
They got Underwood listed as a linebacker. Does he mostly play?
He plays defensive end / linebacker, depending on formations and those type of things. But he's quite a bit on the line of scrimmage, and you know, playing with his hand down. Sometimes he plays up, but he's primarily a defensive end. In the 3-4 scheme, he's kind of the fourth defensive lineman, if you will.
You didn't get really pressure at all defensive line in the first half last week. You got a little bit more, but it didn't look like it was a scheme thing. Was it just that you guys played a little better?
I think we just played a little bit more on edges. Got Vince Coleman in the game, got Derek Rivers in the game, and those guys can rush the passer, and that's what we brought him here to do. Those guys can play on edges, and we got after those guys, and Coach Sims had a little talk with those guys at halftime about what they needed to do, and it showed up. Weary's got a pulled hamstring. He's questionable for Saturday. Cantrell will be out.
About Carson at running back, is that something you guys had in the works?
It's fullback. He's not really a running back. He's the definition of a fullback tight end. Carson Sharbaugh is a guy that's been around here a long time, and he deserves all the good fortune that comes his way. He's worked hard. I don't know if you guys have seen him lately, but he's changed his body, and that's the first sign of a guy that's committed. He's all in. It's his senior year. It's important to him, and obviously we were in the belly on 3rd and short a whole bunch, and that's something that we hadn't shown, and we felt like that was going to be a 3rd down, such an important down that you got to do something that you have a high percentage of success, and he executed very well. Our line did a good job there. Jacob Wood did a good job. Nate Adams, those guys were at the point of attack, and those are the kind of things that you have to be able to do on 3rd down. But Carson had a big play there with the catch at the end of the game too, and he works hard, and he's a good kid, and it's a local product, and we're proud of what he's done.
Eric, is that something that if they can't stop you, you just keep running it?
Yeah, but then I think at the same time you have to give them something that looks like that too, and you have to have a complementary play. You know what I mean? On that dive play there, you can pull the ball and run option out the end. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta keep everybody accountable on the football field. And, obviously everyone sees the fullback running the dive, but you can pull that football and bring it out to the edge and pitch it, or you can run a pass off it, which is obviously what we did at the end of the game.
I know everyone is important, but I don't want to use, I guess I could ask it, was that a monumental win for this program?
It was a good win. It was good to see us come back in the second half and hold them to 120 yards, defensively. And that was really good. Nick List, unbelievable, pinning the ball down there quite a few times. We got good coverage there. And, at the same time, we kind of got things rolling a little bit on offense. And, early on, I should say in the second quarter there, when we didn't convert some 3rd downs, we had some breakdowns on offense, and we can't have those, and we need to be efficient there. And overall in the day, we were efficient on 3rd down. I think we were 10 of 16, but we expect to be 100%.
Is Ruiz your number 1 back?
We haven't listed a starter yet, like I say every week, but he's a pretty good player. He's doing a lot of really good things, and he's been able to be very mature. He's a very mature freshman, and he's got a bright future ahead of him.
Can you maybe address, they played 2 Big Ten teams to start off, and kind of the pluses and minuses as you look at that's done this season?
Well, I think they played Indiana obviously early on. It's an in-state game for them, and I'm sure that there's a paycheck there involved, and probably didn't get off to the start that they wanted to get off to there, but they still did some things in that football game to build on, and I think the Purdue game, as well as they played, gave them some confidence that they can be a pretty good football team, and they had every chance really to win that game, and just weren't able to get it done at the end of the day. But I'm sure they got 2 nice paychecks and paying some bills.
Coach, you always stress turnovers week in and week out. Does Saturday prove what can happen if you don't turn the ball over?
Well, we technically did turn the ball over on the hook and ladder at the end of the game when Weary pulled his hamstring. He thought he was out of bounds. but that was one. But it's a crucial part of any football game. Teams that lead in turnover margin usually win. At the end of the year, you look at turnover margin, and teams that do really well or overachieve are always in the plus category. Whether it's NFL or college, it's a huge factor in a football game, and we stress it all the time. We talk about getting turnovers. When Tevin stripped Pruitt, I mean, that's a wrap-up tackle, and that's our vice drill. That's what we do every single day. So it's, I shouldn't say every day. We do it every Wednesday. It's something we talk about and stress, and everything. We do that in team period all the time, and it's just good to see things that you practice show up on game day.
Coach, are Himes and Bellamy like 100% yet?
Himes we got an MRI on him. It was yesterday at 3 o'clock. So, we're just trying to get to the bottom of that thing right now, trying to find out exactly where he's at, and he just hasn't been able to really 100% cut off of that right foot. When he goes left, he seems to be fine. He could go out there and play right now, but we got to get to the bottom of that thing because we got him on some special teams. He can help us there, help us in the kickoff return game, and we got to we got to get to the bottom of it. Is really what we got to do.
Eric, off the subject here, there's talk of athletes getting a stipend. Just any thoughts on that?
I don't know how that thing's going to all unfold. It seems to be a lot of things going on. I think there's some concern just about kids that, don't have the resources to live an everyday college life like some other students, and they're handicapped because of the fact that they can't work. You can't work while you're in football season, and so you meet a girl and you want to go to dinner somewhere, and obviously you're trying to impress her, and you don't have a lot of that extra spending money or take a girl to, it costs what, $20 to take a girl to a movie now? I don't even go to movies, but I think it's 20, right? What is it? You don't go either. Okay. Well, anyways, my point is you just don't have the excess funds that some other students may have, and because you're on scholarship, you're capped there, and all of your money is going to room and board and those type of things. And quite frankly, a lot of my kids that do get Pell Grant and that type of thing, that money's going home. They send their money home to help their parents pay bills. So, I think they're hoping to do that to keep some of the other things that are happening for ways to get money, whether it's autographs or being involved with agents and those kind of things. So, I don't know. I think there is. My opinion would be I think there is a place for it. What is the number? I don't know, but I think there should be something there to give kids a little better quality of life as far as being able to live a normal college life like a normal student.
Coach, going back to Saturday, is that one of the best performances you've seen from Kurt?
Oh, wow. It was pretty good. He made some plays. He really did. On 4th and 6, things kind of broke down there. He scrambled around, scrambled for a first down. It was a big play in the game, obviously. And, he played pretty well. Kurt's playing at a high level, and that's what we expect that Kurt has. And, if we can give him some time and we run the right route and we're in the right spot, we can do some things.
Has he gotten faster in the 40? He kind of proved that on that 4th down.
He can run. Kurt can run better than you think. He's 235 pounds, so you think of him not as a runner, but he can run. We don't run him a whole lot, but he can run.
Does he? You talk about the best quarterbacks in Youngstown State history. Does he need to make the playoffs to be mentioned in that category?
Oh, I'm not. You guys are the judges. You guys hold that little hammer right there that they bang around. You guys are the judges around here. I don't. We'll see where he is at the end of the year. I think that's. Records and all that kind of stuff. He'll tell you that stuff don't matter. Who cares about records and all that? That's something when you're old, talking to kids and stuff like that. It's right now it's about preparing today to beat Indiana State. And that's what we got to focus on.
Coach, 2 polls came out. 22nd in the coaches poll, you're ranked in the top 25 of the Sports Network. Do you feel you're getting, quote unquote, the respect that you deserve?
I think rankings, I mean, those are all opinionated. At the same time, I feel like if we control our business and handle our business, rankings aren't going to matter, and that's our approach. I've never, ever talked to our football team one time ever what we were ranked, ever. I mean, I don't know, what was it, when we played North Dakota State last year, what were we, 3, 4, something like that? Never mentioned it one time. We don't even address it, It's non-factor. Ranking at the end of the year is the only one that matters around here.
Going back to Curry real quick, has he made progress? And I think he had 2 picks in the first game. I don't think he's thrown one yet. He's been pretty good with his accuracy. Can you just talk about the progress he's made?
Well, he's working hard, and he takes the approach every day. I'm gonna go out there and get better at some things, and there's always room for improvement. We talk about being obsessed with fundamentals here, and fundamental football play is a sign of a good football team, whether it's a quarterback, offensive lineman, D lineman, linebacker, safety, corner. At the same time, we talk about doing the little things, and sometimes as players, I think they don't understand why we obsess so much about the little things, why you put your hand here, what's your landmark here, where are your eyes, and we try to obsess about the fundamentals and do the little things right, because we know if we do that and do what we're coached to do, it's a great opportunity to win.